Hey everyone, I have some updates. Nothing surprising. Um, if any of you want to hear it, of course. But I'm making I guess records of it. Um, Trying to keep track of what's going on, which is kind of difficult when it comes to trying to understand, um, you know, lab results. And the doctors don't give you like a lot of details to what any of the lab results mean. So, I can just give you an idea of what I have been going through and what I think is happening. So well, I think the last time I think I mentioned that I had finished pretty much with all tests with the neurologist. The only thing she diagnosed me with was neuropathy. And what's neuropathy? What's the best way to explain it? Um, I guess the simplest way to explain it is, or in my case, I have neuropathy concentrated within like my arms and my legs and my feet. So I'm not getting any, I guess, nerve signals around that area, um, and it's quite painful. That's been going on for quite a while. Even before I started getting all these symptoms, I started noticing, the leg issue, the leg problem. Most commonly is I would say cold feet, cold feet, cold feet sensations. Sometimes a little itchy, tingling, poking, needle type of feeling, but mostly cold. And it feels very heavy. It feels very heavy. Like if you step on, it just feels like it's bruised, right? It's kind of it's pretty painful. It's pretty painful. I mean, that's the best way I can explain my neuropathy feeling. My body gets cold, my hands get cold, and like I said, this has started way before uh, the other symptoms came upon, and I think that has a lot to do with the symptoms that I have, because it's like kind of related, right? So when I felt the pain in my feet, the cold feeling, it just travels through my whole body and then reaches to my head. And then once it reaches to my head, I have so much like inflammation going on, like air or lack of oxygen. I can't really differentiate between both. But it just becomes so airheaded. I guess I become so airheaded, like, and there's so much pressure in my eye, and my whole body is cold, and that's it. That's when the worst of the worst happens. My body gets really cold, and I seem to want to pass out. Right, I can't focus. I can't see. I can't breathe correctly. So I think that neuropathy on my feet slowly ended up contributing to everything else. I don't know how. I don't know. Somehow they're connected, but yeah. The bottom of my feet is always white. The blood never reaches. It's been a year already, man. And there are times when I do see, I guess, the red blood uh, reaching to my feet, but most of the times it's never. It's never. Um, right. So yeah, that's just going back to, I guess, where was I at? With the neurologist, yes. That it took close to 7 to 8 months or 9 months maybe for her to diagnose me, or even to get to her, right? Because I was working with the hospital and different primary doctors that she basically said they couldn't find much, or else they had sent me to other specialists, and I worked my way up to getting to a neurologist, and it took a while to diagnose me with a neuropathy, and that's it. Neuropathy was the only thing diagnosed on her part, and nothing else, right? Do I believe that she missed anything, or she didn't catch anything? I mean, didn't catch everything. Yes, I do believe that. mean, for one, I just don't believe in how the system operates. That they're accurate, which I think that's common to believe. Uh, I guess I can get deep into that. That's another story. That's another time. Um, so I just said, yeah, that's fine. If that's there's nothing else I could do. Um, Nothing else they can do to find any other, I guess, what's causing my symptoms, and that's fine. So I'm trying to find another neurologist. I'm working on that. Um, and then on top, I wouldn't want to say that her character. I don't want to pick on people's characters, at their profession, but that has a lot to do with how the treatment, the approach of how these doctors, specialists can make a difference in how they diagnose you, right? And maybe that's just me, but it's a lot of. I mean, I live in Homestead. Most of our doctors don't look like us, don't look like me. I really do believe that has a lot to do with how the approach uh, with my health is taken. I mean, you might say that's just me believing in that, but I guess some of you don't understand. I guess how the system somehow can have a big impact on people's health with your the people that are taking care of you, right? But yeah, that's another time to speak on. So pretty much I'm done with the neurologist and just try to figure out how I could treat the neuropathy, but try to get to the root cause of why it's happening, right? Because I'm not diabetic. That's what I was told, and based on how I'm keeping track of my blood glucose, it seems that and other test results, it seems that I'm not diabetic. And there's like dozens of things that can cause neuropathy as well. So I'm trying to look into that. All right. And then my part, I'm doing my part to help by consuming certain foods that I believe, based on the research that I've done, that can help with neuropathy. And if you guys, have better answers to it, reach out, man. Reach out, and let's work. Let's work together, or help me out at least. It's pretty painful. It's painful. Trying to get rid of it, at least remove some of these symptoms so that I can get back to doing. I mean, not so much as normal things, but work mainly. Not that I'm focused on just work. It's just I need to pay bills. These bills don't stop. They're very expensive. Food is expensive. I'm running out of money like always. Man, totally forgot to thank people. I should have started off with that. But I'll leave that at the end. So I'm done with the neurologist. I've been working with the endocrinologist. Terrible person. I don't think I'm going back. He missed on. For one, he's a terrible person to communicate with. Horrible person. I don't recommend this guy. I forgot his name. I think it's. I'll figure it out. So he's close by here. He's near, like, I don't know the location either. But yes, race does have a lot to do with it. Politics has a lot to do with how this guy is just such a horrible person. And so yeah, I have to stop going to him. I have to. For one, that's one of the reasons. And second, my thing is, like, second reason, I think the first reason is, the first thing they do is they put you on drugs. That's the first thing I see. There's no talks about nutrition, which I have definitely do believe a lot in why people get sick. There's just not even one. I mean, I think I would say it's just a few doctors just say eat well, but they don't tell you what eat well is, right? So typically, they always want to put you on medications, and pretty much that solves the issue for them, I guess, right? And not in treatments, not in medications where they treat you to slowly to progress to getting better, but just Most of them just put you on it and more likely stay on it, because if you haven't figured out the root problem, more likely you're going to be sick and have to depend on medication, right? So that's one of the reasons. One of the main reasons I didn't want to stay with that guy, because he was, I don't know, he was trying to put me on certain drugs just to, which I think it's okay because it was just one or twice just for the lab results, right? I looked up the results, and I looked up the side effects of many of the drugs they had to take, and they're pretty much, they're horrible, horrible side effects. But like I said, it's only once or twice just to get the lab results done. But what I don't like is when I asked the guy about the side effects. It's like, for one, I understand, it's a job. They have to get you in and out as fast as they can. So he's always in a rush. So he doesn't have time to answer questions, I guess, certain questions. I would ask, and he would say, I would ask about any side effects on the medications, and he would just like, I don't know. Do you know of, like, if I know of any, like, I'm not supposed to know me. He's more likely to know a lot more than I should, right? And provide that information. And in one case, one of the medications, I think he has said that it causes nothing dangerous, nothing. He named them, but they didn't sound so crazy. I looked at the side effects of the medication, which he missed to name, I guess, of the side effects, and sounds horrible side effects. The other part is, like I say, maybe he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time to mention everything. But in most cases, he just doesn't sound clear on his, I guess, feedback on the questions, right? And the other thing is, just a few weeks ago, when I was in his office, we were going over the previous results and on how he missed my level of testosterone. I think it was at 300, which we had already discussed with him previously, like 3 months ago, that everything was fine. But then at 3 months, or we're in the 4th month already, that he said that he didn't catch that, right? So I was like, hold on, why wouldn't you catch that, right? And we're like 4 months into it now, and now he wants to put me on testosterone injection, and get a lab test done, which I wasn't comfortable, right? Because I would think within the 4th month period, I would have think that maybe he missed it, and then he would have done another test to see where I'm at with that, right? He just said go straight to the injection, but the thing is, he missed it, right? And I think that happens sometimes with doctors, that they miss that a lot. They missed, they don't capture everything on the lab results, and maybe that's understandable, maybe not, but I think that makes a big difference in how to go about a plan of treatment when someone's sick, right? So he missed that, and he was quick to just go straight to the injections without having a new lab results to understand, to see if my testosterones are either they got higher or lower since the last 4 months. And I asked again, any side effects on the testosterone, and he said not that I know of, or that was it, right? Or yeah, or that if I had any idea of any side effects, I was like, I don't know, I have no idea. That's why I asked, right? It's just the approach, the way he speaks to you, the aggressiveness. Like, he just, that with all that, it's like there's no care. If you just feel like there's no care, and like and how to go about taking you as a patient or a person or a human being, right? The approach is aggressive. It's with anger. And like I tell you again, politics. This guy's, I think we had a conversation on it one time, and he's pretty Republican. Not that it does matter. It does matter. I didn't want to have a conversation with him, but he brought it up, and we did, and this and that. So that kind of gives me an idea of how he thinks about certain groups of people, and yeah, and the way he's just is with a lot of patients that I talk to as well. He's like that with everybody, right? Uh, but most people that go there are people of color as well. uh, people like me, black folks. So I don't know if he dislikes us. I don't know. He's just an angry guy, right? And like I tell you, some people can tell. It's just kind of obvious that a lot of people, with the politics, hate other people, and the way they approach you in the profession that they're in can make a big impact on how they would want to treat you. I definitely do believe that, right? And one little minor mistake of or missing or paying attention to a sick person can make a big difference, in finding, uh, you know, how to go about treating that person or the diseases that they might have. And all that, I don't want to make it too long and complicated, but I do, like I said, do believe that the treatment is horrible for here in Homestead, especially in Homestead. I really do feel that the care for people here is very different from other places, and the people that are taking care of other groups of people, that depends as well. Um, and just overall, I mean, even if they do take good care of you, just the approach of medication, right? Putting you right on medicines and right away on medicines, that I feel that sometimes may help, and it could be, it could treat you worse, right? But my overall thinking is that um, I just you gotta be real careful with these caretakers, man. You gotta be really careful with them, um, and do your own, I guess, research on before walking into doctor's offices, because you can go in a I guess you could say very, I guess, good and bad, right? But mostly going to these offices, doctor's offices, I feel that it's just not the best care ever. It's just not, right? Um, anyways, with all that said, I left the endocrinologist, trying to find a new one. I'm trying to find a new one. But my approach, my main focus is I want to find, I guess, because I've been researching, and there's this, right, it talks about many people taking different routes to finding help, right? Like for example, alternative medicine uh, fields. No, I would say an alternative medical system or treatment, right? For example, what was it called? I think they call it alternative. No, no, not an alternative. It's, I forgot the name. I had the name earlier. But you find doctors that they're more likely to take a different route in the way they treat you. The tests that they run, that's obviously, I mean, that's one of the main importance of why I want to take this other route, because these regular, systematic uh, approaches of these doctors that work under a certain system, they all work pretty much particularly the same way, right? Is you walk into their office and they do the same type of approach, and maybe the tests as well are not full in the approach. And what I mean by that is that uh, certain tests are not just, they're not really focused on a lot of the details to really focus to see what's going on. Some tests are just focused on certain basics, right, and don't go further deeper into really they don't go further into testings that eventually leads to not finding exactly what you have, right? So this other uh, alternative is that the other practice is they do I guess they call it complete panel. They look more I don't know the terms I want to use here into this medical subject, but they do go deeper into finding, trying to find the answers to your lab results, to your lab tests. Uh, so I want to take that approach, and I found a few doctors, um, and I found one doctor that I trust, which he doesn't live close by at all, and he's pretty expensive, very expensive. But I've watched a lot of his videos, and I just love the way he breaks down the whole physiological and uh, I think physiological understanding of the body, human body. So uh, he just kind of gives us so much information on how the body works, right? And the tests that he does, it's just a deep, more concrete understanding of the human body, and I like that approach. I do really like that approach, and the approach of going about healing with nutrition, healthy foods, and instead of like uh, the typical medicine that we use here in the U.S. He's more of like the natural path, herbs. It's just that just says a lot about the approach. And yes, we can have a conversation about this, if it's safe or not safe, is it measured or not measured in a way. But I just do believe that it's just a better approach, right? Um, and I mean, just think about it, man. I'm gonna tell you this, last few times, many times that I've been to the doctor's office, the only thing I'm in pain, right? First thing they throw at you is just painkillers. What are these painkillers, right? What are they? What's in it? I mean, it's fine if it reduces the pain or it calms the pain, but I'm just only like just blocking treating the pain. I'm not going to the root cause of it, right? And that's what I want to get to. So I don't have to depend on these pain medications that more likely have a lot of side effects. I mean, in terms too, I mean, herbs, I think they also have side effects, but I think it's a more of a healthier approach. I mean, I'm still learning. If you want to reach out to me, speak to me about this subject, that's great. Also, yeah, he's this doctor I was telling you about. He doesn't live here, right? He lives pretty far, and for one, that's an expensive trip. Second, he's expensive because I think the insurance doesn't really work within. He doesn't work within the system. So that's why they're so expensive. And they do more. They do more tests. That can make it expensive. And the also the approach of treatment, it's more than just take pop a pill, right? It's nutrition, food, detoxification of the body. So that's pretty expensive. That's pretty expensive. So yeah, with all that, I'm still trying to save up and trying to reach out to him. It's kind of complicated to kind of get this appointment going. I've been trying to get the appointment with him, but it's like kind of complicated, to understand the website and this and that. So I'm still with that, but also I'm trying, save some money, get some money as well. But while I'm doing that, I forgot to mention I'm working with another specialist, a rheumatologist, and the last test result I had was, I think I had a result, what was it called? I think it was something that came out as positive, atypical PANCA or ANTCA. So yeah, pretty much that, from what she said, is that it's a noticeable, there's something of a type of bacteria or a cause within the stomach or intestines, that I think it's something that's, I don't think she called it bacteria or anything like that, but in order to approach that positive I forgot what to call it, man. There's something going on, right? But in order to treat that something, uh, she needs more. So this is the thing. It's kind of tricky. Okay, she said. Let me see if I remember, because it was a lot. It was a lot to go the way she explained it. So in order to treat that something, they have to know exactly what it is. In order to know exactly what it is, they have to. Okay, so this is the hard part. I didn't understand quite well. She said, but she can. Okay, she got. We have to give it 3 months. From here to 3 months, do another test, and if that something results to be that it's what they're looking for, they can start treatments. Right now, they, that's something, it's within the the results, but they can't start treating it because they don't know a correct treatment for it because they don't have more information on it, right? The only way they would have more information on it is if I suddenly have, I have a major health complication. I think she said if I, for example, the symptoms would be that I'm having lung issues, breathing. If I'm bleeding or end up pretty much in a situation where I have to go to the hospital and I'm having overreactive to a point where I'm just dying, I guess, basically, and they end up doing these tests and it becomes positive, or if I bleed from my lungs, or I have a nosebleed, and then all these things, if all these things occur, for example, if I have a nosebleed, then she would, I would go straight to an ENT, and then from there on, if they find something that she's looking for, I mean, if they find something, and then whatever that they find, I have to come back with the results to her so that she can see and to understand a little more of what she's looking for. Right? You get me? So it's just weird, right? It's like I don't understand. I don't get it. So can you do a test on? And I asked her, can you do a test on what you're looking for? She's like, we can't really go. They can't find it. They can't do more tests at the moment. They would have to give it from here to 3 months to see what's going on, what happens to me. All right. So I think I made a remark. I think I said, so basically, if I'm dying or I'm close to dead or something, then you'll find what's wrong. And she's like something like that, right? I was just stupid. But anyways, yeah, and I have to give it 3 months, wait 3 months, and then take a test again and see how the results are. If something else pops up on the test, then she can probably figure out what she's trying to really look for. But anyways, I read what this thing, atypical Panka, I think that's what it was. It's basically kind of, it's like three things that is happening within the liver area. All right. For one, an autoimmune disease, hepatitis, is like inflammation of the liver caused by an autoimmune disease, right? Or the other one is I think it was inflammation of the bile duct. And then the other one I really didn't read into it because it was just kind of like it didn't make sense to read into, because I don't think I have that, but I forgot what it was, the third one. So all that basically means something is going on in my liver, but they don't know exactly what's causing it, right? So she says there's nothing going on, my liver's okay, but there's something there that they have to work on, that if it comes out positive again. So like I said, I was in her office. She was trying to explain as best she was doing it fast, because like I tell you, these doctors work fast and they have some, it's business, right? It's a business thing, so there's no really care for someone there exactly to focus every detail. And as me as a person, I do try to ask as much as I can, and if they don't got, it's like this guy asks too much questions, and I have to get him out of here. I feel like that, right? So yeah, she was trying to explain. I was trying to keep up with it. It's a lot, right? So basic, from what I understand, is that more tests, right? That's all I understood from it. Or until you end up, having a severe injury to your body, then maybe we can, get to the root or cause of your problem. So yeah, that came out positive. So could that cause other dysfunction in my body? Yeah, maybe. And this is how it works basically, right? When they by the time they get to understand what they're looking for, it's like your body's already just deteriorating, right? That's the way I feel. My body's just falling apart here every day, man, every day. So, um, so I'm just trying to use common sense and just not depend on the doctors all the time. I have to understand why I got sick, and how, right? For one, I think the number one thing is what you're eating, what you put in your mouth, right? I don't understand why people don't believe like in what you eat what can cause you a lot of problems. I think it's just common sense, right? That people believe that I ate this for many years and I'm not sick, or they go based on that I don't know. They just don't believe. I do believe that what you put in your mouth, what you eat, can cause you a lot of issues within the time, right? Uh, um, and sometimes, yeah, you could be eat very healthy and then get very sick. But I just believe in the overall, like the majority. I think if you're eating, taking care of yourself, live in a healthy environment, chances are you'll be a little better off than folks that don't have that same environment, right? Um, and so yeah, I use that common sense. And what I've been doing is I've changed my diet. I'm not saying the diet that I have is superb or just extremely well. I don't. I'm testing it, right? Have I noticed any changes? Slightly, but I also feel like maybe I'm just not doing it correctly, uh, or maybe I'm just not mixing it the correct hours. Maybe I have to give it more time. Maybe I damaged whatever I did. I damaged my body uh, so much when I was younger, maybe, and it caught up to me. And the changes that I've done was maybe a little too late. So I'm trying to use all that, right, to understand what's causing the damage, right? It could be in a simple pinch nerve, right, that these chiropractors couldn't find. Um, I'm talking about chiropractor. I have an appointment with an upper cervical specialist. Hoping that maybe it's just a pinched nerve. Maybe that's all it is, right? That causes so much of. Maybe there's blockages all over my body. My body's not able to receive a good blood flow and get its nutrients, or it could be a simple organ issue that is not functioning well, that these doctors can't catch because I don't know if you guys seen cases where people would say, you know, everything looks fine in the test this year, but then next year you go for another update and you got something already, right? It's like I thought you've been keeping up uh, your annual uh, checkups. And sometimes it's not like that. I've seen cases where people can go, constantly, keeping an update with their health with the doctors and tests, and still end up having something, right? So, um, with all that shit, man, it's just a lot, to unpack here. It's just a lot, and right now I'm doing okay, surprisingly. My feet is so cold right now, but my head I don't have a lot of pressure. I'm able to inhale a little better, but last night it was horrible. My whole body was just freezing. Also, the weather has a big impact on how our body reacts. So that's another thing. Uh, uh, but yeah, and I still can work. Uh, I'm trying to find something I could do, work from home. I can't find that job. I can't find a job like that. And if I did, I have to be, real specific, because like I mentioned before, once I get very very, when these symptoms hit me so hard, I'm in bed. And I just can't get up. I can't focus. I just feel like I'm just gonna die, right? and that's it. And my body's gonna give up. It's like this is wants to shut down. Let me give you a good example. It's like if you're driving and then you're either running out of gas or you're what's that stuff that is connects to the engine? It's this air intake, right? When it's not well connected, it's loose. You feel your car wants to turn off on you. That's the way. Just imagine your car you're driving, it just wants to shut down because of lack of gas or lack of oxygen going into the engine. I don't know how the mechanics is like with that, but just to give you an idea. That's how I feel. Just want to shut down my eye. Things just. I just want to pass out pretty much. Just think of that like you want to pass out, but come back up again. When my symptoms hit pretty hard. Let me see what else. Yeah, I'm doing my part. I'm trying to take care of myself, eating healthy, lots of fruits and vegetables, beans, legumes, nuts and seeds. I've been on that route for a while. And it's only been like 5 months since I've been on this different type of food journey. No processed foods, no bread, no flour, no soft drinks, no soda. I don't really drink that anyways. I never drank that anyways for close to 15 years. Just mostly water and more fruits than anything right now lately. So fruits, I feel great on the fruit sometimes. Well, I was feeling it at the beginning. Now it's like not so. A lot of avocados, chickpeas, lentils, beans, black beans, quinoa, tomatoes, lettuce, radish, so many other vegetables. Make my own dressing, drink a lot of coconut water. These are supposed to be healthy things, right? So I'm just trying that. Maybe my body now is receiving more nutrients than before. Maybe I have to give it time, or maybe not. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah. I would like to ask if you can help me out. For one, yes. This is. I think we're going to 40 minutes. I would like to thank everyone that has helped me out financially. I've been very supportive. And sometimes, people would call and talk to me, have a conversation. Thank you. The people that have sacrificed a lot of their time and money to help me out. Thank you so much. I mean, you know who you are. It has helped me out a lot financially, but it's very expensive out here, and it's running out of money. And my family, of course, they know I'm always thanking them. I live with them, so it's just them too that have been very helpful. They're taking it. They're being impacted by it a lot, and I thank them so much for bearing with me. So thank them, thank everybody else, thank everyone has supported me and is still supporting me. I would like you to share my video. If you find these alternative doctors, connect me with them and share my story, of course. Just share as much as you can. Let me see if I didn't miss out anything else. But yeah, I'm still alive, but it sucks because it's very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. And I guess to all the folks that, that keep saying that, like, I wasn't taking care of myself. Like I was trying too hard before. I mean, I'd like to tell you is that I don't think I took like I guess, what's the word I want to use here? I can't find the word, but I don't think I took a horrible approach to how I was healing. I was trying to take care of myself. I think I was doing pretty decent. I was working out. I loved running. I loved walking for hours. I think a lot of you can agree that that's healthy, right? I mean, I ate a lot of good food that I think was healthy. A lot of typically what I'm eating now is just there was always meat, which is mostly chicken, and some bread here and there, in most cases. Um, but nothing much that I would think that would cause harm to my body. I really did try. So if you think that I didn't, I think I did. But now is just the waiting time, right? And oh man, my feet are so cold right now. It's the weather as well. Beautiful weather, but can't enjoy it with a lot of pain. So yeah, share my video. Thank you again. Much love, and update you whenever I can, I guess. Bye.